welcome back to the Triple F podcast, dude. Episode 104.
Wasn't ready for the clap.
Everyone, you sync the audio that way.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's like a little life hack. You just fucking
Little trick of the trade, dude.
Little trick of the trade. You learn things on this podcast.
How many people do you think watch this and just think we clap because we're friends? And we
Nobody.
just like
I don't think
doing
anybody goes. They're clapping. Who claps because they're friends?
Babies.
If I'm really excited.
The fuck are you
Babies.
Yeah.
Today we are joined by our guest Dean Stanfield. Everybody, let's go.
Welcome, Dean.
Right
Happy
there,
to
your
have
camera,
you.
your camera B right there.
Oh yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
got B cammed.
Happy to have you here. So wait, you were on stage with shorts last night. You were saying.
Cap City. So Moon Tower started prematurely.
Okay.
It's been going on for the last week and a half, but I had no idea.
Mm-hmm. The
And
comedy
so-
festival.
The comedy fest.
It's
yeah.
just for laughs now, right? That's basically what it is. It's just for laughs.
JFL.
Moon Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Yeah. So you're on it.
On it. Got my badge today, and I had made the assumption that we wouldn't even get shows until we got our badges. And then they called me like 30 minutes before the show, and were like, "Hey, where you at?" And I was like, "I'm in Baker Street. I was getting ready to do Baker Street pub with Zach." And I was like, I'm in shorts and I can get there in 20 minutes. And they were like, come on.
Let's go.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
go.
I mean, if the biggest festival doesn't care,
You know, here's my fucking issue with shorts. All
Okay,
right, I'm
all
gonna
right.
get
He
into
has
it.
an issue
You
with it.
have one job. Like this is, as a comedian, you already have the luxury of not giving a fuck about anything, pretty
Yeah.
much. And then you take away the only level of professionalism you really have to do, which is just not show your legs. And then you think that
Why
you're
is
above
that?
it. You
But
think you're
so,
above it.
So no.
You think
so,
you're better than the rules. It's the kid. It's the kid who
but
chews
there's
gum in
no-
class.
We literally.
It's the kid who chews gum in class, being like,
It's
"I'm
cool.
a fucking
But
badass."
is the whole thing about comedy not like the fact that like my job is not a job? There's no HR department going. The only requirement is that you wear pants. You know
There
what I
is,
mean?
though. It's like-
all no. There's not.
Josh
it's
is.
It's other comics with opinions, but I don't say this like rudely, but it's like your opinion shouldn't matter to the other comics.
I think that most comedians would say, "Put pants on."
Yeah.
I would say that a majority of them would. Yeah.
And I think that if somebody's spending money to come and see you, the least you can do is be a little bit reciprocal and go, "I'll put pants on."
If you're a
I'm with
headliner,
Matt.
yeah.
I like the idea of like you should be able to dress however you want to your dream job. You should. I like pants. I also wear sweatpants on stage all the time, neon pink ones too.
Yeah, exactly. So,
But I'm also anti-Matt because I know he doesn't wear shorts because he's like, my legs are tan and I have leg tats.
no, listen to me.
Nah.
Listen to me.
Nah.
Listen to me. Honest to God, I've done it twice since I moved to Austin. It was like back-to-back days, and it was only because they were last-minute spots. I left the house in the morning. I was more than half an hour away from home, which means it would have been an hour round trip. And one of the times was at the regular show, and I was not planning on going up. I was stopping there to see him before we recorded a podcast, and Cam threw me up. I'm not going to say no. And then the time before that, I was literally an hour away at like the Renaissance Festival, and somebody was like, "Hey, do you want to do a spot?" And it was like literally driving an hour to get to the venue at starting time. Like I didn't have time to go home.
Yeah.
So it's like here's what I think. Here's the hole I want to poke in it. There are comics that we know and that we love who wear shorts, and they just get to be the exception. And why is that? Because they're hilarious. Nobody's bitching at Sam Talent about wearing shorts on stage.
I'm sure he gets shit for it.
Yeah, but fuck them.
But the
I'm
thing
just saying,
is,
I think people I know that, like, dude, like, I've heard, like, I mean, there's extremes too, but you can hear both sides of the story, because then there's also dudes, like, if you listen to Seinfeld talk, he'll be like, why are you not wearing long sleeves on stage?
Seinfeld also wears fucking suits on stage.
Yeah, but he's
dude.
also doing, like, he's been doing it for so long that it's like the same thing. It's like, you got to keep the traditions
Should I
going.
wear suits
There's
to
no
do
reason,
like 10-minute spots?
That
Yeah.
would be
if you're doing it at a theater, yeah, you should.
shoot me.
No,
if
you
you're at a
shouldn't.
theater, you definitely should, dude.
you
If I'm
shouldn't.
opening at a theater, I'm fucking wearing a suit. I don't give
You're
a shit.
lying, dude.
I don't give a shit.
I
dude.
feel
I wanna
comfortable
be-
in it.
You're
I
gonna
feel
be
comfortable in
sick. I
this.
want to look sick.
You're
dude.
gonna be the only person on the lineup with a suit.
If I'm the only person, then that's different.
Every time I have
I'm
to
only
wear a
opening
suit,
for Seinfeld. Is when in this scenario.
every time I have to wear a suit, my wife is like, we have to go to that wedding I told you about that you forgot about. And then I have to go, oh, fuck, where's my suit?
I like wearing suits though.
I'll throw on
I
a
don't.
sports coat.
Sports coats are nice.
Dude, blue jeans and a good button down, and then a sports coat over the top of it. Professional.
You grew up in Texas, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
So that's dressing. To
that's
the
dressing up.
nines,
What
dude.
did you wear?
I mean,
What did you wear to prom?
A
Put that just a little closer.
Yeah, what'd you wear to prom?
A camo tuxedo.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
exactly
dude.
what we
Let's go.
wanted.
And how pregnant did the girl get after?
No.
I had
She
guy-
wore a camo dress and
and nobody could see you guys the whole night?
we're just hiding, dude.
That's so silly.
You know what would be funny is if she wore a camo dress, you went full ghillie suit. And then you just fucking...
Mossy Oak.
You just hold her,
Yeah.
and everybody's like, "Oh wow, she has no date," and then you're like, "Surprise!" Oh, holy shit! Yeah, we had a couple. I went to school in Oklahoma. We had 2 different people wear camo, at least camo suit jackets. I remember specifically.
I respect camo suit jackets more than I respect jeans and Jordans.
There he is.
Because,
There he is.
with the hat too, dude.
Cowboy hat. A camo,
Brother, you look clean
a
here.
camo vest too.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Wow, dude.
The jacket was a little much and it was hot as fuck. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna rock the vest and the tie and just fucking
Hell yeah.
Well, we had a lot of
that
dudes.
one's money, dude.
A lot of dudes in
Fucking Garth Brooks here.
Good
damn,
lord,
dude.
man.
A lot of dudes where I was from would do the they would just wear their nicest Jordans with their nicest jeans and a button-up shirt, and I'm like, you could not look like you
Spencer
gave
Gavin.
less of a shit.
It's
Does he
possible
do
that
that?
just
Spencer
has-
does that,
it
yeah.
just because of poverty, possibly. As
I don't
well,
think it
though.
was.
You don't think so?
No,
No,
because
those
there's people
shoes
in
are
like
expensive.
Asbury, which is the rich area where I'm from, and it's like your dad's a doctor, you can afford it.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
I had a weird phenomenon at my high school where kids went country. He's gone country back to his roots. But I went to school with a kid whose last name was Finkelstein. So picture him in your head.
Dinkelstein.
So he's not.
Finkelstein.
He's not country.
He drove his dad's hand-me-down Beamer to school. And about 10th grade, he was just like, I'm camo now. And it was like, you're Finkelstein.
You don't.
Your dad's a lawyer, probably, I would imagine. Guessing by the Finkelstein.
Mm.
And no, you don't get to go country.
No,
Back to your roots is
bro. We had a kid. Speaking of white people getting back to their roots, we had a kid. Same dude. It was the same kid who wore the camo jacket. Who for like 2 days flew like a huge Confederate flag off the back of his truck. And our school in Oklahoma was like, chill, dude. You can't do that. Which is it was
He's like states' rights though.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, not on the public property.
no, yeah, it was very funny. It's funny to be like to have to tell like a 16-year-old like,
you know what'll get this pep rally going? A race war.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like, ooh.
Dude,
Well, and I
pep
mean,
rallies.
listen,
It's
we
Oklahoma
would have
City.
won. There was like 4 black kids in my school.
Yeah.
So private school. So
Sick.
yeah.
And it's Oklahoma
It'd have
City.
been pretty easy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of black people in Oklahoma City. Just yeah.
prep school.
But not around your family. Not allowed around you.
No, they're allowed
You
wherever they
kept-
want to be.
Well, you were all, you got gated communities and
my best friend
were like,
was
"Get 'em outta
my
here."
best friend was black. That's actually real.
Yeah.
Shout out to Miles.
Okay.
Shout out to Miles. You
I
met
know
Miles.
I met Miles. I know Miles, dude.
Morales?
Miles is actually my best friend too, guys.
Spider-Man?
I have a black best friend too, guys.
Yeah, he knows Miles.
Miles
is also his friend. Last night I was in the green room at Vulcan, and you know Raph Cruz.
Yeah.
So he's Dominican, but he looks black, and they were arguing. It was all the other black comics in the scene arguing, telling him he wasn't black, and I was defending him. I was like, he's black to me, which was an
Oh, yeah.
interesting take. But they were
They just passed it right by.
they were all no. They all hung on to that for quite a while. But they were on board for the bit, and they
I
were
wouldn't
like,
be any more stoked for you to date my daughter.
yeah. It was like, listen, you guys are all the same to me. No. But they were like, why do you care so much if he's black? And I was like, well, he's my friend, and I would love, you always
he
want as
wants-
many on the roster as you can get. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, we count them.
Weird to choose roster. Why'd you choose roster? Why not, group of friends? You want a group of friends.
Well, you can't say a good group of them.
Yeah. I got a good group of black guys I hang out
I got a
with.
good roster. It's like that's the worst one.
I
dude.
said roster
I believe the
because
proper
they're good
term
at
is a
sports.
gaggle.
yeah, that was
A
the
gaggle.
Gaggle.
I got a gaggle of black friends.
It doesn't sound that bad. I don't know.
It really doesn't. Yeah, I described it as a roster because
You remember when you found out
Yeah, I
like
think we-
in like 7th grade when you found out that like a group of crows is called a murder and everyone's like, whoa, dude.
did you guys even know that? I
You
didn't even know that.
You didn't know that a
I'm-
group of
I'm
crows is called
pretty-
a murder?
feel
I
like
remember
that can't be
learning what a
true.
bundle of sticks was.
Yeah.
And I
What's
was
that
like,
called?
whoa.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's
What's
like
a
one
bundle of
those-
sticks called?
This ain't Patreon, baby.
Patreon.com/FFPod. You know what it is.
I really don't. I'm. Whoa, really?
You didn't know that?
A bundle of
I just
sticks
whispered
is
the
called
end.
that?
No.
Yeah.
We've said that on our podcast so many times. Why are we? I'm wondering if he's wrong now.
No,
No, it's
No,
called.
no,
It's
no.
a.
It's a
Oh,
fact.
okay,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
Are you testing me if I
Yeah.
don't know my history of?
You know who called me out on my history day that really just pissed me off? Joe Begley.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah.
What happened?
We were talking about who. I was telling a joke, and one of the things I said was who invented electricity. It's Benjamin Franklin, which is a stretch. But
Yeah.
Joe's response was,
Discovered.
"What discovered? Thank you. I might have misrepresented a word, but he's within the wheelhouse of electricity."
Yeah, and all he was doing was trying to tell a racist street joke. So it's like, let's not
It
bring
was not.
history
We talked
into
about it
this.
after that.
Yeah,
That one was not a racist.
It wasn't
joke.
that racist. It involved race.
It involved race. It was not racist.
It was funny,
was
but
But what was the whole argument then?
that I didn't know. He as soon as I said Benjamin Franklin, did I say invented electricity? Can't remember the verbiage.
Right.
But he was like, "No, he fucking didn't." And I was like, "I mean, he had something to do with it." He's like, "He had nothing to do with it." And I was like, "All right, Joe."
yeah, because
Wouldn't it be
that's-
Thomas Edison was the one who like invented?
well, so
This is
then
the
the guy,
argument.
other guy we were with was like, well, he invented the light bulb.
Oh,
So
He
that's
just
not-
patented it
that's
and
what you
figured out how to
associate.
harness electricity. But
Right.
Benjamin Franklin put the key on the kite
Mhm.
that figured out how to get electricity at least into a power source.
He also gave syphilis to like 12-year-olds.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know if I didn't know the
Where'd
12-year-old
you
part.
hear that?
I did know the syphilis part. I did know that
They all had
he
syphilis back then.
had
Yeah.
many illegitimate. He had a bunch of not a bunch, a gaggle of illegitimate children with his slaves. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
really?
Brutal.
Yeah,
I know
don't
Thomas
know if
Jefferson
you've looked
did.
into our
I think
forefathers,
that's
but
Thomas
like
Jefferson.
they weren't
That was
super
Thomas
chill.
Jefferson, for
No,
sure.
I think Benjamin Franklin was
I
probably
think we're all
dabbling.
dipping in the chocolate
They
a little
were all
bit.
they were all dipping. Yeah, they were all getting chocolate covered bananas.
What's
dude.
crazy is that Thomas Jefferson enslaved some of his own children.
That's
Yeah.
gross.
Well, no, they were
And
born into slavery.
I thought my biological father was bad. He's just living in Galveston with another family.
Really? My grandma
Yeah.
lives in Galveston.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Brother.
What if my dad is fucking your grandma?
That would be
What
wild.
if you're what?
that'd be such a good movie.
What if they make you guys like a half brother?
we both come to dinner one time.
What's the ones with Lindsay Lohan where they find out they're twins?
Oh,
Parent
Trap,
We
yeah.
Parent Trap your grandma and my biological father into. I guess they're already in love in this scenario.
They are already, yeah.
And they find out that that would be a good movie.
you have
That'd
young
be
parents?
hilarious. Yeah, my dad and mom had me at 19 and 20.
So your grandpa or your grandma is young then?
Your grandma
She's
is literally in the wheel.
65.
That's
How old is it?
I think she's 65.
Oh yeah, dude. Yo,
That's how
no,
old my
Matt's dad could definitely be fucking.
Oh no, 70. She might be. She's coming
Well,
up on 70 for
my
sure.
dad. My biological dad's around 70, from what I hear. So there is a chance that they have a.
She plays in a
relationship.
ukulele club.
No,
He's
down
fucking.
there in Galveston.
There's a
Just
ukulele
being
club?
disrespectful.
They got a whole club down there. My grandma is she's like third chair or something. The
That's
Galveston
so-
ukulele girls.
Do you think they ever get
Hilarious.
any drama over the chair ranking and shit?
Oh, you 100% bet your ass.
You think fucking Betsy can strum those strings better than me?
It's the only reason she's doing it is because she's blowing Tom.
Yeah, exactly.
It is funny to blow somebody to move up a chair level in a ukulele, like
In
a
a-
local
a-
orchestra.
a ukulele club that's kept at like the community center.
Yeah.
In a sleepy beach town.
Yeah.
Listen, you were off tune last time, but I think we can all forget about that. You just
Pop them dentures out.
pop them dentures out.
Not my grandma, though. She keeps a respectable third seat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not your grandma. Your grandma's too busy blowing my biological
No,
father.
dude. I mean, if they're having a good time and they're happy, that's all you want.
Yeah, man. I mean, sure.
It is that
It's
thing.
nice that she knows him.
Well, it is wild that the second that you let your grandma and grandpa into a retirement center after their significant other's
never.
dead, they are just fucking, dude.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
just fuck.
STD rates are really high.
It's
and
crazy.
And they're just on their, like, they have dementia.
Yeah.
So, like, apparently it's bad where, like, women will, like, wake up. This might get dark. But, like, old women will wake up and then just be like, I don't remember, like, being here. And then the guy's got to be like, no, you agreed to it. And then she's like, I don't feel comfortable. And, like,
That's sad.
Damn,
That's sad.
fucking a lady with dementia, and halfway through she goes, "What are you doing?"
oh
Yeah,
my
dude.
God.
You gotta be like, "I knew I shouldn't have done it when the sun was going down."
Yeah,
Fuck.
sundown.
God damn
That's
it.
the one time if your partner says someone else's name, you're like, okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
They do that.
Right,
She was
right.
forgetting my name at the end.
You keep telling her, no,
You're
it's
like,
Phil.
I'm daddy, bitch.
Just keep it to daddy.
Dude,
She's
I
like,
did-
you came back from the war? Like,
I thought you died on Omaha Beach.
it was,
I wrote you every day for years.
God.
Dude, that's well. I did so in Florida, Dean. It's notorious that you have to like do. I mean, shows there are so few and far between that we used to like do retirement centers like a lot.
Really?
Like they were like a paid.
That would be fun.
It was like a
I
cash
never
grab.
did it, but
No,
you
You
it
never did
doesn't.
it? I've done it a couple of times. This one girl booked me for one, and I was just at the point where it was like, I mean, you can't do stand up to them. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can't just be like.
It's like that
"Tinder's
show
crazy."
the other week, huh?
Yeah,
That guy bonk the boys on.
Yeah, that
Boy
was
bonk.
that was fun. But I did one show where I just ended up asking. There were so many veterans, or not so many. There were so many old people. I was like, "There's got to be a veteran in here," or like somebody. I was like, "There's got to be a veteran in here," or like just somebody who got away with killing somebody like 70 years ago. And then I was like, "Who killed somebody and got away with it?" And everyone was like, "Norm did." And then I was like, "Who's Norm?" And then there was like this old World War II veteran hunched over in a wheelchair with the hat on, and he was like, "I stormed Omaha's beach," and I was like, "Holy shit, dude!"
Yo.
And it was just like you can't even
Did
really.
you get to talk to him?
Yeah, I just ended up talking to him. I was just like,
Good.
but then the thing about doing that is it's not fun for a show because I don't know if you ever talked to an old person, but it takes fucking 10 years for them to
Yeah.
get one sentence out. He was just like, I signed up in 38. No, it would have been 39.
Oh,
My
man.
brother was 38. 1938. This was back
Yeah.
before
Oh,
the
God.
draft. And then I'm like, just tell me about you
Unbearable.
shooting somebody. Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to fucking.
Get to the grenade part.
Yeah, dude. Talk about throwing grenades.
Those have got to be like, because because people come out to see you sometimes. There's obviously military people in our crowds a lot, and I've done crowd work here and there with military guys. It's fun. Not that they're not real military vets, but like military vets our age are usually pretty cool. They're fun, like whatever. They're kind of broy sometimes, whatever. They can be stereotypical.
Yeah.
Talking to a like person who was like
yeah.
in like a war, like a war that's in a history book now, completely different vibe. They are not as chill about it.
Did y'all ever have to learn that lesson of like, you don't ask, like when I was growing up, my grandpa had to like a couple of times, like, hey, because he'd have like drunk friends and we'd all be fishing or something. And then I'd ask it, you know, like, hey, like,
You ever
Just-
killed anybody?
yeah, did you see anything over there?
Yeah.
Or like, what was it like? And then they'll start telling you. And sometimes they're drunk and they'll start a story and then they'll realize it's like really, like it's bad.
Yeah.
But then they'll just keep telling it. And I'm like, you hear like, I remember her, I don't know, about like 10 or 11 years old. And I asked, and then they told me it was about like being in a bunker and like sleeping all night. And then like you would just wake up and you'd see like lightning flash or the flare would go down. And you would just see a field full of Japanese dudes. And they were like, you just mow them down.
Yeah, that was World
And
War
then it's
II.
like,
Wow.
fuck, dude. Or no,
Yeah.
Vietnamese. Because
Yeah,
it would have
yeah.
been the Vietnam War that they were doing.
Yeah, my grandpa had so my grandpa was a CB in World War II, which was with the island hopping campaign. So have you ever seen like the Pacific?
Yes,
Like
a
so like
bunch of
he was
times.
a part of like the first Maldiv. He got attached to them. So he would be going around like to like Guadalcanal. He went to like every place that was crazy. And he was a CB, so he was an engineer. He was the dudes with the Bangalores when they would be like like when they'd put barbed wire, he'd be the guy that threw a bomb on top of the wire to like blow it all up. And so like he came back and was like, nah, well, you know what's crazy? He got so he had shrapnel hit him pretty bad from like a Japanese bomb, and then it killed him like 10 years later because he got what's now like CTE or whatever, and it rattled his brain. And then like 10 years later, when my grandma raised like 11 kids on her own because by the time
Jesus.
that
Christ.
he died, I think my oldest uncle was like 17, so he was there to help a little, but then he joined the Marines and left everybody too. So it was like my grandma basically raised like 10 kids on her own because my grandpa died like 10 years after the war. He like the story is he like stood up wrong or stood up too fast, and then he had a stroke and his brain aneurysm because of the trauma from
And they
the
just
war.
couldn't fix that quick.
Yeah, they just don't know how to do it. But yeah, so he would apparently like he came back and was just like not necessarily fun podcasting material.
Yeah.
Not necessarily great for the podcast.
I didn't think there was going to be a punch at the end of it. I wasn't expecting one, But I was wondering just how much darker
We
it
can
would
get. He would hit my grandpa. No,
Yeah.
no, but that was
It's
because
like-
Some of that, a
Yeah,
lot
and
of
he
that shit
died and
happened.
left her alone, and then she was troubled because she missed him, and it was hard raising those 10 kids herself, but she was also kind of relieved because of the way he treated her. It was like she found a new freedom, even though she felt tied down by all of her children, and she was like, why did I have 11 of them? It seems like it was too much, but birth control wasn't really around at that time, and he was just, before he went to the
horny.
war, he was just dumping loads in this lady. And then,
Yeah.
you know.
She was
This would be
pregnant
the
for
fir- this-
she
this-
was pregnant for 9 years.
dude. Yeah, brutal.
Always
Holy
pregnant.
shit,
It is-
dude.
She was pregnant for the entire life of a third grader.
We just have like a big Irish Catholic
You have
family. That's
11
what it
kids.
is, dude. It's
At
just
what
these
point
things.
did the kids just fall out?
Ugh.
No, I think
My dad was like he was second to the youngest. So at that point, it's probably
They didn't
just,
notice
was
your
in
dad
late-
until he was dragging behind her.
Yeah. She was in labor for 15 minutes with your dad.
Yeah,
just
he just went, and it was
oh.
just like an opening door at Walmart. Like you stepped in
Yes.
front of it, and it just opened the doors to
Yeah.
come out in. But anyways, yeah.
Love that.
And so think about that. 11 kids. You can't do that nowadays because a kid just to like birth a kid at a hospital costs like $30,000.
Not if you give him a fake name.
Oh, really?
That's a move I learned from Black Twitter. If you have to go to the hospital, you leave all of your identification wherever, hand it to somebody, tell them to bring it to your house, and you just give them a fake name.
Really?
Because they have to help you. They can't just be like, oh, you don't have your ID on you, we can't help you. Like
This has
have
to
to.
be some sort of fraud, though, technically, right?
100%.
Okay, cool. No,
Are they
but
going to come after that kid or are they going to come after
But how
you?
are they going to track me down? They got a fake name.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kids weird.
You can
'cause then
also
have
just
birth
not pay medical
certificates.
bills.
But you have birth certificates, but that's why black people give weird names on birth certificates. Good luck tracking down Dimitri Andre. You're not.
Dimitri Andre.
Is that why?
You give him a fake name.
Is that why?
Yeah.
That's wild.
They wish they could
Okay.
be like John and
You know how much
James
harder
this
it
is
is?
starting to feel a little
but they,
racist.
you know, but
Do
they're
you know how hard it is for a fraud investigator
Yeah.
to type in a name that has 2 apostrophes in it?
oh yeah.
They just
How do
give
you
up and
look
go
that
fuck
up?
it. Yeah.
Oh my
Dude, I had a.
Is charcuterie with 2 O's?
charcuterie. This is my baby charcuterie.
You're telling me charcuterie isn't a hot black
Hey,
lady?
Charcut.
Charcuterie does sound like a hot black lady.
That sounds like a hot black lady.
As a kid.
That sounds like a hot black lady that you're like,
cool.
she would be so sexually disappointed by me, but I'd love to do it.
That's okay. Like, I think that about
don't
like
think
I used to
so.
think that about like early Nicki Minaj when Nicki Minaj was like
My
just
dick ain't
starting to
getting
get
past
fake.
that ass. What are we
Dude,
talking
yes,
about?
I was always like, people would be like, I'd fuck this. I would fuck her. So I'm like, dude, I would take her on a date and then make her enjoy my friendship, and then I'd have a companion. That's what would happen. I would never put my penis near her.
With Nicholas Minaj?
Nicholas Minaj, because then I would pull it
Nicholas
out, and she'd be
Minaj.
like, I'm not gonna. What am I supposed to do with this?
You eat pussy like a champion.
But also, she's probably
That's
5
true.
foot in reality. She just thinks she's bigger because she's a larger than
I
life
bet
figure.
she's.
I think she's short.
Matt.
I think she's
Oh,
short.
is she really?
Yeah, I think she's
Yeah,
short.
of course. She's,
In my head, she's Matt Ross's height.
Well, you know when you meet somebody and
That's
you've
just
only
star
seen them
power.
on like TV or like their clips or something, and you meet them and you go, "Oh, you're way shorter than I pictured you being."
Yeah.
That's a big thing that happens with
famous
comics,
You.
right?
people are, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
You think so?
brother, I thought you were like, I don't know, 6'4",
How,
6'5".
how tall
I
do you
am.
think he is?
I would say the same height as me, which is 5'10".
He's 5'9".
Okay.
I have anterior pelvic tilt. I lost an inch.
Doesn't
There it
matter.
is. I
We
felt
put
it.
him
I
up
felt
against
it in
that
the
wall, and we
Right
measured
there,
him
we marked
live on
me- we mar-
podcast because he was trying to
Was
come
he
on here
talking
and
shit?
I was
say
trying
he
to
was
say
5'11".
5'11", 5'10 and a half, maybe.
I said 6 foot, and
he was
Spencer
like-
called me out.
Yeah, you're not 6 foot tall.
No.
That's okay though. How tall are you, Jeff?
Like 5'8", 5'9".
See, that seems like an honest answer. So what you do is you
He's
start the
probably
low number, you go
5'6".
probably 5'8",
No,
5'9", and then later on you can say 5'9", and you because you presented it humbly, nobody's gonna argue.
That's a move.
I wouldn't. I
Pull
wouldn't.
him up. Pull out the ruler
I
right
wouldn't
now,
care
dude.
if it
Pull
was
out the ruler
5'8"
right
or
now.
5'9".
Right, you don't care.
I'm off Tinder, baby. I don't have to lie about that shit anymore.
You're married. You don't
I'm
have to put
married.
your height in the bio anywhere.
And my wife's 4'11", so it's like I'm a beast.
You
to
stretch
her.
out my ass, dude. I got an
11.
extra inch. I promise that.
Where did the ass? Oh, you stretch. I thought
You
I
said
was like.
stretch my ass out. I have an extra.
I might have said
inch.
it that way, but that's not what I meant.
You said
Okay.
you stretch
But
my
if you-
ass
if you
out.
fi-
I
I will
have an
get-
extra
Hey,
inch.
yo, bruh.
Hey,
Pause.
no
bruh.
diddy, dog.
No diddy,
No
bro.
diddy.
Hey,
dog.
bruh.
Dang.
Damn, y'all got black for a minute.
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
watch us play Madden, dude.
You should see
really?
me do crowd work.
Jeff's crowd work is just him being a black lady.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Why did you do that
honestly.
the other night?
There was no black people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we were in
I know
Round
Jeff.
Top,
Well, I
Texas.
know Jeff is like. I know Jeff is on one and like feeling himself doing crowd work when I hear "Sweetheart" come out because he goes.
Remember when he was trying
Babe.
to tell
See,
us
yeah,
that
he never
doesn't
said
say sweetheart?
sweetheart,
He was like, I don't say sweetheart, and I was like, yes, you do. And then like the next show, he was like,
Literally 10
he was
minutes
like, what's your
later.
name, sweetheart? And I was
yeah.
like, oh my god.
He's like, girl. Yeah, I heard girl and
Sugar.
sweetheart. I go, let's go. Jeff is in his in the pocket right
Jeff,
now.
one out
dude.
of every 2 sets, eventually goes, you didn't know I like chocolate like that, huh?
Where were we? Dallas?
Yeah, I mean Plano,
Fort Worth,
the most
maybe?
recent one. Or
No,
you,
no,
oh,
no.
you're- yeah, or Dallas or Fort Worth. I
And,
think it was Fort Worth.
One of the fucking
The stage
hyenas.
right, the black
Yeah,
table
yeah,
that
yeah.
was there. It's Fort
And
Worth.
I,
Yeah,
I, in the green room, they're like, "You do crowd work in a black scent." I was like, "No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't do crowd work in a black
Yeah,
scent."
we literally
And then
fucking-
Josh came out to like change the batteries on the camera midway through my set, and I saw him walk through. And as he was walking through, I was like crowd working black lady, and I was something. I don't remember what I said, but it was something like, I was like, "You best tell me you into white boys," and I was like, "Oh fuck, I do it. I do it all the time."
You, the white boy is crazy.
You go dark, dude. You don't even know.
Yeah,
it.
he does. Jeff's the premier black comic of Austin, Texas.
I
now.
love it.
Sorry, Cam Patterson.
Boy, you play
Sorry,
too
Cam.
much.
You
Yeah.
play
Way
too
too
much.
Boy,
It
you
is
play
very
too
funny.
much.
I really think you could be one of those white, if you were single, obviously, you could be one of those white guys where every once in a while, just a hot black chick ends up with just kind of like a white guy, just like a pretty normal white guy. You
Say
could
what you
be
mean.
that white
Matt
guy.
McCusker.
Yeah, McCusker is a great example.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I've actually never seen his wife, so I don't know if she's hot. But either
She's
way, like a
great.
good looking, because I think they get tired of dating black dudes, like hot.
Don't
cool
look at me
black
for
guys.
support.
No, I just
Dude.
agree with me on this.
No, it happens, man.
I would love it.
I
If,
know.
if I could shoot a shot at what Zendaya,
Oh
dog,
yeah. Well,
we would make a
She doesn't
great
really
light
count,
skinned
I
baby.
don't think.
What?
Nicki Minaj counts.
Bro,
I
if
don't think
Raza
Zendaya-
counts, if Raza counts,
What's Raza?
you-
He ain't black.
Can we take a poll?
the Dominican? You just
Zendaya
said
or
you
Nicki?
stood up
Who would
for
you
her.
rather have sex with?
Rafa.
We're not
Yeah, that's
gonna.
correct.
I mean,
What?
Zendaya.
Zendaya or is it Nicki Minaj? Who would you rather have sex with?
Zendaya, of course.
Zendaya.
Nicki all day.
What
Yeah,
the
dude,
hell?
nah,
dude?
I like
I'm
a
good,
thicky.
dude.
But she's older too, so
I
that might
like-
be the
I
thing
like
that's
a-
throwing you
I
off.
also don't think Ice Spice
Zendaya
is
looks.
hot.
Zendaya and Ariana Grande look underage to me.
But that's
I
just because of the
don't-
movies you've seen them in now. They're actually she's 26 now.
I
And
actually
this
liked
next
watching
one-
her in Euphoria.
Yeah.
Because it was like, yeah, I bet you're in high school, bitch.
That's what's crazy. That's what's
All right.
crazy about Euphoria, though, is that people. It's
Yeah.
like they're just like, and this girl's 16, but here's her blowing a dude, and then everyone's like supposed to be cool with it.
Sydney Sweeney, the
Yeah.
hottest babe.
Is she?
She's like yeah. She made me.
She
She
is
made
hot,
me
yeah.
start.
She's hot.
She
She's got
made me
great
start wanting. Yeah. She's made me start liking tits again.
Yeah, that's true. You know,
Tits are coming back,
They're
dude.
coming back,
Tits
dog.
are
Tits are coming back.
Tits
Natural
season, baby.
titties.
Natural tits. Forget how big they are. If
Yeah.
they've got a good shape, with Sydney Sweeney's are like literally just the perfect shape. You can
And
get me on
size.
board. Because
Yeah.
before, I've been an ass guy almost my whole life.
Almost
I
my
don't-
whole life.
An athletic girl with a big ass and almost no tits, sign me up.
Mhm.
But you're right. Sydney Sweeney did kind of start to swing the scale back.
I
They were
never
showing-
let hip hop culture sway me, dude. I've been a tit guy since birth.
That is actually really funny because you love hip hop culture.
I love black people.
scent. You
I
love
love
black
'em.
Black
people.
scent.
You love black people, but you've never
I never
swayed.
let them sway me. Like I love Kanye West. I have a Kanye West tattoo, but when he's like, fat ass with the bee stings, I'm like, other way around, brother.
So you
Give me a
genuinely
flatty.
would rather an ass that's not worth even talking about and some big
I don't.
tits.
I would. I love a great ass, but if the choice is giant, like
you
if
car-
she's on top and she pulls her bra off, like
Yeah,
that kind of
yeah.
shit, or and like a decent ass or giant ass and like no tits, I'm going tits. You should see my explore
Wow.
page, bro.
I've
It's-
seen your explore page. It's full of. He always uses this word. Cartoonishly large breasts. I mean, they
Cartoonishly
look
large.
That's my type.
crazy, but that's what he
Cartoonishly
likes.
large breasts.
That's awesome. I don't know. I think I think my grandpa said this. If not,
I'm gonna have a red mark on my forehead, by the way.
We
I
just
see
smacked it.
I already see that your forehead is red from hitting it. That's so funny.
He said tits are like a Christmas bonus. If you get it, great. But that ass is a paycheck. That's what pays it. That's what pays the bills.
That's like Southern charm. That's a
Bro,
good.
Southern people, those are crazy, dude. Look at that. What would you even do with those?
Dude, that does
Put them
nothing
in my
for me.
mouth.
All I want to, what mouth?
fuck are you talking
What
about?
part of that do you think is fitting in your mouth?
As much as I can.
All
dude.
I want to do, honestly, all I want to do, I want to set a scale up on the table and make her put them on it. Like, all I can think about is weighing those titties.
Could you imagine living with her?
or luge.
You crush a beer and she smashes the can.
Oh, with her titties.
Have you
What
seen that
a
lady on the internet who does
Yeah.
that? Smashes
Have I
shit?
seen that?
He's like, yeah, do you think I go to bed every night? It's ASMR. It's just a lady smashing cans. With the,
That's his white noise.
Jeff just fucking perfectly asleep. Dude, Southern men, you're included. You're like grandfathered in a way because not every. I don't think it makes it down generations, but the sayings. Laser has a lot of them too, just which is like his whole thing. But like the classic old Southern grandpa who said he didn't just say that one time.
No.
You wouldn't have remembered it.
Thousands of times.
He said that so many times that it's imprinted in your brain.
There's so many of them. Yeah.
About how tits are a Christmas bonus, but what's the ass is
but the ass is a
paycheck.
paycheck.
a paycheck.
That
Yeah,
pays your
that.
bills. That gets you forward in
I love
life.
a good old Southern saying.
My stepdad would always say, instead of saying like no shit or like obviously, he would always say do a frog's ass float.
Yep.
Do a frog's ass float.
Bear shit in the woods.
There's a bear shit in the woods.
Are the Kennedys crooked?
Really?
That's
one?
That was my grandma's one. She hated Lyndon B. Johnson, and she hated him, dog.
To have beef with Lyndon B. Johnson is
Yeah.
just so funny.
He's a Texas guy, right?
Well, he's Texas, yeah.
So,
But he fucked up agriculture. He fucked up like a lot of mainland Texas, and like making people have electricity or making people have water. Like people were like living off the wells that they
Yeah.
had around their house, perfectly happy. And then he brought he wasn't the one that brought electricity in, but he made it like
No, that was Benjamin Franklin.
yes.
yeah.
But he
Classic.
made it to where it was like it was so inconvenient. Like your neighbors have it, everybody's got it, and then you're like, I can't be the only one without electricity. This is crazy.
Right.
And he's like, we're moving into the new era. But then it just like it started bringing people into Texas, and like giant like swaths of land that used to be gorgeous are now just covered in fucking parking lots and shit. That's the beef my grandma had with him.
Yeah, your grandma hates.
Back when people moved so they could have lighting and heat, and now people move here because they're like, I have jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back then, it was like, I heard they got fucking electricity and land out there.
We should head west.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe your grandma is out of his dad's dating
Yeah.
age. If she
No,
remembers
dude.
bringing electricity.
That wasn't her. That's my dad's mom.
Oh, okay.
This is my mom's mom
Okay.
and my great grandma, both of them.
So there is still a chance that one of your grandmas is fucking my biological dad.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
There's still a chance.
I just wanted to check. We're going to have to compare Facebooks after this.
Do some
For
research.
sure.
Meet
Yeah.
mutuals.
Yeah,
Check out the
yeah.
mutuals.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is funny because now, like, I feel like Texas has always been that way. Everybody's moving here, and now obviously Austin's the big thing.
Huge thing. But Houston used to be a big one in the 80s and 90s. Well, even that fucking 60s when NASA was built. Houston blew the fuck up with oil refineries and all kinds of stuff. There was a huge, massive.
Is that why
move.
they say Houston?
What?
Huh?
Is that why they refer to the people on the ground as Houston?
Yeah, it's because they're talking to the Houston base NASA.
Yeah. Houston.
Did you not know that?
Shit, I never put
I
that
just
together
put that
either.
together right now.
I didn't
Brother.
put that together either.
Well, you thought Houston was just a cute nickname that astronauts used?
I don't know. What
I guess I
NASA
didn't
is
They're
doing.
talking-
talking to
yeah.
Houston.
Do I look like
Yeah.
a fucking scientist to you, bro?
No, dude. That's
Houston.
That's hilarious. Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah. Okay.
That's crazy. I
Cape
just
Canaveral,
I can't get over
you guys
that.
are dumb as fuck, man.
dumb as fuck, dude.
Well, it just sounds. It'd be. I mean, it
Florida,
makes
that's where
sense.
everything takes off
Well,
from.
Houston is like a thing where that is a name.
So you thought
Sam
they were
Houston.
talking to one guy?
I thought it was,
Oh
I thought it was a nickname. I don't know because if
He
they
was
were
just
like,
calling his buddy. He was like, Houston, we got a problem.
even if it was like that,
You take a tour of NASA and they're like, special guest appearance. This is the Houston.
Houston, and it's Whitney Houston. That's not Whitney Houston. Did she sing that?
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Dolly Parton wrote it and she sang it.
So funny that you guys didn't know that.
Well, it would
That's
make if it
awesome.
was like If it was any other thing besides Houston or Dallas, I think I would have got it. Like
Dallas is also a name.
that's what I'm saying. Dallas is I wouldn't have got it. But like if it was like
You think they're
if it was
calling
like-
somebody named
yeah,
Dallas
if
is
they were
running
like
the
San Antonio, we have
NASA.
a problem. I would be like, nobody's named San Antonio.
Dude, I
But
can't wait to say that. That's my new that's my new
San
saying.
Antonio, we have a problem.
San Antonio, we have a problem.
That's so funny that you guys didn't put that together.
That's great.
I thought NASA
I
was in
watched
Florida.
Jeff's face when he was like, "Wait, does everything make
Dude,
sense?"
I'm glad it was
now?
me that got to tell you.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
dude. You learned something.
Facts,
This is the
facts,
facts,
and more
facts, and more
facts.
facts
and
podcast.
more facts, dude. Out here
Triple F,
learning.
facts, and more facts.
Why
Yeah.
is it the triple F?
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
We'll tell you off camera,
All
but
right.
yeah, we had a clip that somebody like responded to.
Card narcs.
It was the
Wait, we told you in
No.
the car the other day.
Which
yeah,
one?
the lady with the huge tits who has a podcast. She was on Laser's podcast not that long ago. Big old
Okay.
tits, blonde lady. She had the Cart Narcs guy on, and they were showing one of our clips and reacting to it about whatever some fact.
I
and
would
they
say
were like,
something that was completely off
The
base.
tip of your penis being shaped like
Yeah.
a mushroom because of
so that
I stand
so
by
that
that, by
when
the
you
way.
penetrate and you pull out, it
Scoops out the other
scoops
guy's
out
cum.
the other guy's cum.
If it does, buddy, you need to get. I mean, you
Well,
gotta
this is
really-
primal, not now.
Yeah.
Now,
times were different
Oh,
back
that's
then.
the
now,
reason that
now
it's
you
mushroom
would,
shaped.
Now you would do
Yes.
that just because if that's what
Which,
you're
by
into.
the way, there are
you know?
articles that back this up.
There are. You weren't
I don't-
speaking out of your ass. Jeff
No,
does
because
talk
if you
about
come-
stuff sometimes super confidently, but
Yeah. Once it penetrates the egg, it's not like the cum is hanging around there looking for shit. Doesn't it? Like you shoot in, it impregnates the woman.
what are you, a pussy expert all of a sudden, dude?
yeah, what are you?
I've done as
what are
much
you,
research as-
A uterus fucking specialist, dog.
Yeah.
What are you? San Antonio, we have a problem, dude. That's bombed. All right. Just gonna take off, guys.
I wouldn't say an expert, but I fucking looked in there.
Yeah, well, I would imagine
You look in
that-
there just like for recreation?
I guess
You're like, hello.
Every once in a while, I'll ask a girl. I'll ask her, "Can I just look at it?"
no, but there is a fair. It is a fair point because if you're at the very end and then it's and then
Cat.
it's like it's like when you put your hand in a dog's mouth and do that. It's like that. It's like,
It's called the catfish.
yeah. Well, I guess you're making good points because if you're all the way in and then
Yeah.
it goes and it's like
It squirts into the egg,
it's
and then it's
in
not like
the-
another dude. You're not gonna
not
if
in
you
the
bang
canal.
in.
But if cum is in there
Yeah,
and it hasn't reached the egg yet, you can scoop it out.
yeah, but that means the guy would have to. You would have to pull out, or the guy would have to pull out, and then you would have to immediately go in.
We're talking caveman times, brother.
We're talking caveman
We're talking
times.
grab him by the hair
Was
and bring
gang
him
rape-
We're
back
not
to the
talking about
cave.
consensual sex. I don't
We're not
think.
talking about
Yeah,
consensual
yeah.
gangbangs.
Yeah, but still,
But those aren't neat.
I also, for the record, I don't
Big
think
on
that's.
my-
I don't think that's true.
I don't think it's
You
true.
I
don't
mean, there's
think-
articles that back it up.
There's articles that back up everything at this point.
No, but
Yeah.
there's we
There's
looked it up.
articles that
flat,
say Bush
motherfucker.
did 9/11.
What the fuck did you
but-
just say to me? There's a conspiracy theorist, not conspiracy theorist. I don't know why I said that. There's a theory out there that I've talked about this before, but the dogs are the reason that humans evolved faster than the Neanderthals.
Oh.
Like the humans, like what is it? The Homo sapiens. It's because it was like dogs. We used dogs as like a tool for war.
Yeah.
So they were like, because
Or
we
as
bred them,
warning
and now all of a
signs.
sudden it's like literally like you're going hand to hand with dudes, but then all of a sudden you have something going at your legs and you can't fight everything off. So it was like, it's kind of like the machine gun. Everything was changed.
Yeah.
It was like dogs came in and we basically dominated every
I
other
heard it was
species.
horses,
You heard horses?
but I think that's just my people.
Dude, do you know how many horses died in World War One?
So many.
No, why would
enough
no.
that like whole races of horses are gone.
Dude, 6 million
What?
or more than that. Actually,
You're
sorry,
mistaken.
that
You're
was the
mistaken.
wrong numbers. That was the wrong numbers. Those are the wrong numbers.
You're
It's in the
mixing
millions.
wars up, brother.
Though they're not horses. They're not horses. Hello, Hollywood. They're not horses. My bad.
Wait, I want to look it up.
How many?
So many.
Well,
'Cause they
that
were
How many
using them
horses
and
died
like
in World War One?
the French when they started their like whole assault.
Dude,
they were
20
still
million or
on.
something. Yeah.
8 million horses, donkeys, and mules died in World War One. And then 3/4 of them were just because they had them outside in the wrong weather.
That's how most people died. And like, if you go to like
Yeah.
the west or the Eastern Front, if you're talking about like Russia, like the war in Russia and stuff, that's what scorched earth was. They just pushed all the way. They basically retreated to Russia and to Moscow and burned everything on the eastern side of that. Like that, the further east you got, the more barren it got because then they trapped them in the winter and they had nowhere to go. And then they lost like millions of fucking or thousands of people.
Dude, World War II was like the first large scale war that most people died from like
Not the war.
actual warfare.
Was
Like
it?
from
Like
bullets
dude, like the
and-
Civil War, so many people died from
Yeah.
just like they didn't know you had to drink water.
yeah,
And like
yeah.
it was like
Imagine
clean
going-
water.
or clean water.
Clean
Imagine
water. They
like
know
so
clean
many of them
water.
died from like dysentery. And like back in like the medieval times, if you would like send scouts out and you would see like a castle or a wall and you'd come back and you'd say like you'd tell the king like, okay, we need at least 4,000 men to take this. You would have to leave your kingdom with like
10,000.
7,000
Yeah.
because so many of them would die on the way because they would march in their armor
Yeah.
for like 100 miles.
Yeah.
And they would do it across like Scotland swamplands with 80 pounds of metal on them where one guy would take a wrong step and it's like, Daryl's gone.
It's
Yeah.
so
Yeah, he just drowned.
It's really
He would
funny
just
to think
drown.
of a Scottish knight named Daryl. By the way, it is kind of crazy that they were like, that they were like, listen, over half of them are gonna die. There's nothing we can do about it. It's just gonna
Yeah,
happen. It's
like
just
you
like
didn't
imagine
bring
going
the
to
men-
war and just dying because you were outside.
Yeah, well, that's what if you look at like the Korean War, that's like it's brutal. The Korean War, they have like something called the Frozen Chosen with the Marines, and it was like, dude, they were fighting like
Frozen chosen.
yeah, they were fighting out, and like there was like I don't even know like 2 years of fighting, and in Russia or in Korea's winter, it gets like -30 with wind chill, and there was just nothing, and they were just getting soaked with like snow and like wet, and then it would just be freezing.
How long ago was that?
The 50s.
And they didn't have jackets.
No, I mean you get a jacket wet, brother. It's
No
Now
longer a jacket.
My grandfather fought in Korea, drove Jeeps.
That's
Sick.
sick.
Yeah,
That's
it's
pretty
pretty
sick.
cool.
You ever kill the enemy? Do you know?
No.
No, that's good. It's probably better.
My grandfather is a sweetheart of a man. He's a very soft man.
Yeah.
He's a was R.I.P.
R.I.P.
He was a very
grandfather.
soft man. Also was on the board for creating the original Aunt Jemima.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
What
I
a
heard that was a
problematic
real
thing.
lady.
Yeah.
How dare he make that black lady so sweet and nice and put her on pancake
Yeah.
syrup?
He died before that controversy happened, but I know he would have been like, picture in your head who makes good pancakes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Actually, I'm going to be honest. When I picture who makes good pancakes, I don't think of.
fat white lady with gray hair.
Yes. Nailed that. Boom.
I'm
Yeah.
picking my
Yeah.
I'm picturing my grandma.
I
my
want,
grandma.
if I go to a diner, I want the woman to serve me to I either want it to be an old lady akin to my grandma, or I want it to be like a woman in her early to late 20s who is obviously just getting sober and fighting kind of like a bad meth problem. And like the old sweet ladies are kind of just like, we'll let you hear. We'll give you keep all your tips. We just got to keep you in line. Okay. Things are going to get better, sweetheart. That's who I want bringing me my biscuits and gravy and pancakes.
Fuck
dude.
yeah.
You
know
ever,
what I mean?
you ever like on the way here, I drove by a lot of like podunk towns.
Yes.
Anytime I pass like an Ashley Bridge, West Virginia, like just a tiny little place,
Yeah.
I always just think of like, dude, $400 a Percocets and I could rule this town. Like I could be the king
Truly.
of this
Yeah,
place.
that's
Truly.
for a while. Do you know how many fucking gross drug addicted women you could get to give you head if you had $400 worth of Percocet in the middle of Kentucky?
Actually, if we're being honest, probably anywhere, if we're being honest.
Yeah, just about.
If I had a
anywhere.
bunch of Percocets, I could probably get head today.
Dude, I think things like so whenever I see small towns, I have like the opposite thing, which is like my dad's from like a small town. Everybody like my whole family grew up in small towns, and I get sad when I think about certain things. Like I know I've talked about this ad nauseum now on this podcast, but one time we were driving back. We did a show in Wetumpka, Alabama, and we stopped at a Ruby Tuesdays in the middle of nowhere, Alabama.
Okay.
And this lady was sitting there by herself, and she had a steak on her plate and like 4 watermelon rinds. Like she was eating watermelon and eating a steak, and
Talking
she was
about Ruby Tuesdays.
and yeah, and it haunts me. It haunts me
Why?
because I was like, this is her night. This is her big day out. Like she's been thinking about this for weeks. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna go in there. I don't care if I don't have a husband around. I don't care if it's like I'm just gonna go and treat myself to Ruby Tuesdays, and it's like that's her big fucking day, dude.
And she's happy.
But it's like so sad.
I do the same thing that he does, where I create a whole backstory for this sad woman in Ruby Tuesdays.
Like her husband died, her kids died.
It was also, you have to understand the aura of this Ruby Tuesdays. Okay. It was not.
Paint the
It was
picture.
Ruby Tuesdays, right?
It was Ruby Tuesdays.
It was.
I've never even seen a Ruby Tuesdays.
It was more of like a Ruby Mondays. How bad it was. Come on, dude. I'm gonna fucking shoot
We can't
myself.
let him get away with it. We can't let him get away with it.
Y'all are letting him.
So sad.
It seems like it's
Cut his
happening.
mic?
Cut my mic. Go ahead.
So this place, it seemed like there were a couple light bulbs that were out when you walked in. Like that was just like the lighting of the place, right?
The carpet. Tell me about the carpet.
There was no carpet, which I didn't enjoy. There
Usually
was
dark green.
It was
in a
a tile. I
Ruby
think
Tuesday.
it was mostly
Great
black
salad bar.
or really dark green. See, the salad bar adds to the depression. For
I
me.
agree.
Because it was like $8 to add on to your meal, and you can have free access to cottage cheese
I
and
get it,
wilted
yep.
fruit. It's just it was just kind of a sad sight. We were in.
Like a
I mean, he
Pizza Hut.
told you we were in like the panhandle of Florida, or like maybe we were still in Alabama.
Yeah.
It was just
Population
it was dark.
2,000. Like it's clearly a establishment that was set up to kind of fill as like a void. Like, oh, you're in between. You're 5 hours from a city either way.
Yeah.
So let's just put a spot here and just rack in this money and upcharge on the food. And that's what it was. And it was like this lady just came out there and just had her night.
I think she was probably having a great time.
I think she was
Yeah,
too. But
Because
it
I
was
think
just
about
so sad.
It was sad. I think about people who I get sad initially, and then I think about how nice it would be to have such a simple life that a meal at 3 p.m. on Ruby Tuesdays could
Ruby's
just
Tuesday.
Turn your shit around.
Ruby's
could
Tuesday
really
sounds like a
just
porno.
make you so excited.
You know what makes me really sad in a similar way? Anytime I see someone eating alone at the fast food establishment inside of a big box store.
Like a Walmart, McDonald's,
like
and
a
a Walmart.
Cinnabon.
Yeah.
That doesn't do it for me. I think
That
I
makes
agree, that
me
doesn't-
when I
so
see that,
sad.
I see that as somebody who went to run an errand, got away from their family, and went, "How could I make this 25 minutes longer?"
That's sad.
Yeah, that is sad.
You just described it pretty sad.
That's
again,
sad. I just see a guy escaping his family.
we
We just
went
need a
to,
break sometimes.
what is it called? The Botanical Gardens. We went to one in Austin just the other day, and another thing that made me sad was just like just like an overweight 50-year-old guy was just like walking around the Botanical Gardens by himself, just like looking at flowers, and I was like, "Fuck, dude." Don't do it. Because he's contemplating at that point.
Yeah.
He's looking at, dude.
He's trying to find happiness.
He's looking
like,
at those
maybe-
blue lilies, and
If
he's
you're
like,
if you're a man and you're alone in a botanical garden, you're like, this will make me feel something. This will give me purpose again. And if not, I won't throw the pills up this time.
that's like it
And
was.
then he goes there and he's like, "Fuck, that was her favorite flower."
Yeah, dude, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's so sad. People
He sees an orchid and just blows his brains out.
Bro, imagine if he decided to do it there.
Imagine
Oh.
being there for like your girl's birthday, being,
Lenny's
like
himself.
doing like a cute thing, and you just hear "pow."
Yeah,
and you're
dude.
Like, you feel missed. You're like, "What the fuck?"
it's that fucking thing in movies. Your ear.
Yeah.
You're like stumbling to look around. There's just like a body on top. Oh fuck, dude.
Oh, man.
Well, I think Nick Swartzen has that joke about it, but he talks about how you could like ruin everybody's life just running into a crowded room, being like, "Who fucking farted?" And it's just like for years, somebody's like, "Oh my god, that guy killed himself." Also, who farted? By the way,
Yeah.
somebody
Whose
farted so
fart
bad
was
he got
so
killed
bad
himself.
that he had to kill
Such
himself.
a solid closer. You can only do it once. But
Yeah.
what a good
There's a
you
comedian
guys
that-
have been great. My name's Jeff Dolezal.
Brother.
What? Talk about a way to go viral, bro.
You know what I mean?
I mean, is
Exit
it
out
worth
the
it?
back.
Unfortunately,
of your
who's going to
skull.
post the clip?
Me.
Yeah. You're gonna have to
Somebody
hire
will.
somebody to
You
post it.
better
I'll
collab
I'll
with
post
put
your
it on my profile.
I'm
Dude,
trying
what are we
to get,
talking about?
yeah, I want to get followers.
Yeah, dude, I'm trying to.
Such a
Something will come of
heartbreaking
it.
day to lose one of my best friends.
My best friend, the person I tour with.
Anyway,
tour
here's
companion.
his brain exploding out the back of his
Anyway,
skull.
here's his, and also you can see us live next week at Oklahoma at the fucking
It
Breakdown
would
Comedy
be
Club.
funny. That would be a funny clip to just like do like it's like a fake clip where you're like, and then I said cheese again. Crowd erupts, applause break, and you go, "Thank you guys very much, man. My name's been Jeff Dolezal," and then it cuts right there.
We could do that,
Dude.
dude. We could do that. We could film that.
Yeah, we could easily.
There's so many
film
venues that
that
would
would
let
be
us do
so funny. I don't know. If
And then audience
Instagram-
reaction. That's
and then-
the next
and then-
thing.
Yeah,
No. It's just that's just where it and then it starts back over. It's just yeah.
Well, it's like that thing that we were talking about
I
doing
like
this.
that
Oh, we
idea.
probably who gives a shit? Well, they'll see it either way. but like we talk about like writing a medieval sketch, like a whole series of medieval sketches, and one of them's just like a jester doing crowd work to the king and the queen. Like, so you guys married? It's just like the king and the queen.
He's like, the whole kingdom was at the ceremony.
Yeah.
You know we're married.
Yeah, you were in attendance. You actually did 10 minutes there.
Just pointing at the king, like, what do you do for work?
Yeah, what do you do for work? Yeah.
But still have like the court jester thing with like
The giant
with the balls on the end.
Yeah.
Little bells.
Just fucking juggling. Can you juggle? You look like somebody that would juggle.
Be honest, you guys fucking?
Yeah.
No.
Can you juggle? You can't juggle?
I can juggle.
Yeah, of course. Well,
Can you really?
I believe in myself.
No.
That's not.
Give me
That's
three
not the
things.
same
I'll fucking
thing.
juggle right now, dude.
No, there's. No, we don't think we have 3 objects you could juggle.
Do you have any? You seem like you'd have weird skills. Do you have any weird skills that
You
we
do
can't?
seem that way.
I have yeah, but I don't see them as weird.
Right,
So that's the
of
thing.
course. Like, what's an interesting thing? Like an interesting
I
skill?
can an interesting skill. What about I can tackle a steer and put him on the ground so we can do like a branding. That's a pretty good skill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tackle livestock.
So what you do is you get a guy that you got. Yeah. So first of all, there's bulldogging, which is jumping off the back of a horse onto the bull,
That's what I call
onto
doggy
the steer.
style.
Yeah.
Bulldogging.
And then you turn him over, and then but when you do it like at the ranch, you have a guy that loops a back leg, and then you run up and you grab the tail, and then you can reach up, grab the front, and put your knee against him and put him on the ground, or really you can just like yank the tail and put him off balance, and then hop on top of him.
Good Lord.
Where do you put the
I was trying
first
to think of,
down
like, a
marker
country
at? Its
one.
nose or its tail?
What?
The first down marker.
The first down marker when you take it down.
No, you jump on top and hope he doesn't fucking
would be
get back
nose,
up and
I would imagine.
stomp you.
Dude.
You
Yeah.
lost a finger.
Oh yeah.
How did that happen again?
Holy shit.
So I
Okay.
was working on an offshore oil rig in Brownsville right out of high school,
Fucking of course you were, dude.
and so we in FFA they would prep you for like
Future
an
Farmers
out
of
of
America.
yes sir.
Yeah, we had that in my school.
We had that too.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
from Iowa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going. Yeah,
We
sorry.
didn't have that.
Did you have it in?
We had no FFA or black people at my school. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City.
You would think you'd
Oklahoma
have
is
one or the
huge
other,
for
though.
FA.
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think.
One of
If
them.
there's a lot of black kids at the school, they go, we don't need to take Future Farmers of America into there. We don't
Or-
want to remind them.
We don't want to remind them. That's awesome.
I guess they weren't called farms back then.
Plan. That's why they
didn't
that's
do
why they
it. Don't
changed
get
the name
mad at me.
plantation.
You
Yeah.
had FPA.
What?
Future plantation owners of America.
Well, not owners.
Not owners.
Oh,
Anyway.
all right, that's just getting bad, boys. I don't know if we can cut that part.
Nah, that's fine. Yeah, maybe.
So I welded in high school, and then that got you enough that if you wanted to get out and go work and make some money, the port was like 30 minutes away from our high school.
You're such a man.
Dude, at 18, you were welding in high school?
I was welding at the port. That's such a
I had my
So
crazy.
you
ears
start as
pierced,
a,
bro. I had my ears
You
pierced. I
did,
wore
it's
fake
crazy.
glasses to school.
I had my lip pierced.
You had your lip pierced?
I forget about that. That's so
Yeah.
That
fun.
is awesome. Bottom or top?
I think
Bottom right here.
Did
I
you
think
get that?
there's a
Oh, I
picture
thought you did
somewhere.
that. This one.
Oh,
this
that's
so
exciting.
I think
fucked.
there's a picture somewhere of Jeff. I might be making this up with the lip piercing. And you
Yeah.
remember when Kanye had those glasses that had the
Shutter
fucking-
shades?
Never had
Oh
those.
my
Come on,
God.
I never had those.
You're
I never
telling me
had-
there's not a picture of you in shutter shades anywhere?
No, this is a
Shut-
figment of
Dude,
your
there's gotta
imagination.
be there's gotta be.
I
a
never
shutter-
had shutter
I
shades.
guarantee I will.
Facebook scroll.
Everybody had a pair of shutter
Nope,
shades
nope,
back
nope.
in the day.
Okay,
They sold them
what-
in the middle of the mall.
I did have Versace sunglasses that I bought while working for $9.50 an hour at my dad's bait shop.
Okay, that's
That's-
funnier, actually. That's
yeah.
actually more embarrassing.
It was like
Okay,
3
so-
weeks worth of pay.
So I want to get back to.
So wait, how did you?
So I want to get back to
Find
the
that
finger.
picture.
So you were working at.
So I got a job as a welder's helper. So basically, you just follow a welder around and you grind off all of his welds, and then he'll do the checks and tests, and then he'll start letting you weld a little bit, giving you small tasks. Well, now you're just like an annoying 18-year-old following a grown man around. So like he'll show you, but then like half of the day he'll be like, all right, fuck off and go do this job, this meaningless task. And one of those meaningless tasks was the inside of an oil rig is sealed on the offshore ones, right? Because there's like a lot of gases coming up. They have to ventilate them. And so they have these little fans that are just placed all over the facility. And we have to do like checks on them. So you go over there, you take the plate off, and then you kill the power. You look at, see if there's anything in the inside. You just do this like basic check. And then you check it off your list and you turn in your list so you can prove what you did that day. That's how you get paid. I was working on one and somebody flipped the breakers on, and while I was fucking with it, and so it just like I remember reaching up and there was like 3 of them, and I reached in on one of them, and it just like hit the inside of my hand, so it cut this finger pretty bad, just chopped the pinky completely off, and it was just like laying in the bottom of the like carriage part, and I grabbed it and picked it up and I walked outside, and it's the Port of Brownsville, so if there's 6 white people in the port, I'm 2 of them.
Yeah.
Like there's not very many. And so I walk outside, I find a guy and I'm like, hey man, I cut my finger off. And he goes, what? And I showed him and he just like threw up.
Really?
And then I was like, well, this isn't fucking good. I'm losing a lot of blood here.
Yeah.
And so
this guy can't handle it.
This guy can't fucking, and I don't know what to do. I don't know if I'm about to pass out.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let me see.
This is right after they got done stitching it on.
Yo, they stitched it back on, huh?
So I got to the hospital, they gave me morphine, and I immediately like I'm loopy. I'm out.
Yeah, you loved everything.
Yeah, I loved everything, but I'm
Yeah.
just like trying to give her answers, and I
Get my finger
can't.
cut off more.
I don't
man.
care.
You get
I don't
addicted to
care
cutting your
about
finger off.
anything.
You just keep cutting
keep
it
the
off. and
same
being like,
one.
I'm sorry. I don't know how it happened.
Yeah.
So they gave me a bunch of morphine, and then I fucked up because I put my emergency contact as my best friend at the time, like my high school best friend. And then he gets there, they call him, and they're like, he can't make conscious decisions, so we got to ask you some like questions. And one of them was, do you want to keep the pinky or do you want to bob it? And then he asked me, and I was like, fucking keep it, dude. I want to keep the pinky. It's my pinky. And which is the worst decision because now it looks like a fucking Frankenstein.
Well, you could always just do it again.
I could.
And you
I
could
very well could.
Yeah, you could sue him this time too.
I could have sued. I could have sued the last time, and I didn't. But they gave me a year's worth of pay, and then I didn't have to work there
Did you
anymore.
have to sign like an NDA or anything when they
They had me sign some shit. I don't know
Yeah.
what it was. Like right as I got out of the hospital,
Yeah.
they gave me a bunch of pain meds. I just sat on the couch for a couple weeks.
Damn. Dude, if you cut off every
a good
finger,
week.
yeah.
That was a great.
That's a
2
good
weeks.
week.
Dude, if you
Couch
cut
with
off a
pain
finger
medication?
every year for 10 years, you could be you don't have to work
It's a
for
good
10
point,
years.
dude.
It's great.
I don't know what you'd do about all the other stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
but
if I could, do you
you worry
feel,
about that later.
do you still have
Yeah.
like nerve in it? Can you
So-
I
feel
still do stand up like this.
it?
Hey guys, I've been cutting my fingers off for 10 years.
Yeah.
So I used to be able to I was a party trick for a while. The nerves have grown back, but I used to be able to like put it in a candle.
Oh, fuck.
Like as a party trick, I'd be like, I bet I can hold my finger in the fire longer than you can. And I'd be like, you go first. And then they would go first and they'd be like, ah. And I'd be like,
And then they'd see you putting that thing in. They'd be like, well, you have an unfair advantage. There's
Yeah,
something
yeah,
wrong
yeah,
with that.
and I'd just be hammered. And I'd be like,
Yeah.
look.
You're trying to impress a lady. She's like, oh, that's great. Get away from your life.
Certain ladies, it
Now that you see-
gasses them up.
You want it in you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I
Now
can't
that,
even feel this
now
fucking
that it's
thing.
warm.
I got it warmed up for you.
Might be a little pussy, but it's
Like, so is this pussy baby gonna get hit?
If I hold it over the candle long enough, you can say you had some black in you tonight.
all right. Okay, that's enough.
Hey, it would still be too small.
Yeah.
I was looking at your socks when you were telling that story.
Yeah.
And I forgot Everlast is like a brand, and I thought it was like Whitey Ford merchandise.
Whitey
Who's
Ford?
Whitey Ford?
And then
Here
you
comes-
really might know what it's like to sing the blues.
Oh,
Everlast.
that guy's. Oh.
Yeah,
I still don't know what that is.
White Trash Beautiful.
Jeff
You've
being
never heard that
autistic.
song?
You've never heard that song?
Say
I
it again.
don't know.
Sing it again.
I've seen a poor man rich. I've seen a rich man poor. I've seen
No, a rich man beg. I've seen a beg.
I've seen a poor man
Sin.
sin.
I've seen a
The lyrics to that song are dog shit.
Black
but
man
it is
cry.
very good. It's,
and I've seen a loser win.
yeah.
This?
You've
Yes.
never heard this song.
I've never heard.
This was big when I was in like 3rd grade.
Brother, I jammed to this. It's about he finds this. Oh man,
Let me see
this
the guy.
young girl gets an abortion in this song.
And then you really
I think I have heard this
Homeboy
song.
Max tries to pull out a gun and everybody shoots him. It's about to get real.
We're gonna get copyright stricken, but whatever.
Oh, I've heard this. Oh, you just butchered the harmony of it. The rhythm.
Yeah, we are gonna get copyright stricken, but
Ask a man for what he can spare.
Don't
with
pay
shame
us
in
for
his
this.
eyes.
Oh no, yeah.
Get a
What?
job,
That's
you
a-
fucking slobs.
okay. So I
on
do
you
obviously
pie.
remember this song.
Yeah.
Is it like his only good song? You think? Or
White
do you
Trash
think,
Beautiful
Like,
is very good.
Wipe Trash Beautiful is very good. Let me
That's a
let me
good
see which
song.
other one.
what about
Uh,
that, dude? That song has 180 million.
Black
streams,
Jesus.
and then the next one after it is
16 million.
Is 30
36 million.
Black
When you got to hit, you got to hit.
Black
though, you know?
Jesus.
That's.
Damn.
I mean,
He's
I thought that was
also-
Matt Boyd.
He's also the guy who does jump around, jump.
No,
jump.
he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Everlast
No,
was
he's
a rapper.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
There's
Wikipedia
no
that
The
motherfucker.
song that
way.
we just listened to, he also sang "Jump Around."
The
I always
Irish.
thought that was.
He's
the
the lead,
Irish rapper.
He's the lead guy in House of Pain.
I'm gonna be
I
so
always thought that was
surprised.
No. House of Pain lead singer.
That's such a basketball game song. Like you
Eric
listen to that in
Francis
the.
Schrody. Yeah, I don't know if you're right, dude.
I am 100% right.
And jump around.
Okay. He's
It's-
right.
Wow.
He's right. Listen,
You're gonna test an autistic boy who some pick trains, some pick Legos. I went black culture,
Yeah.
and you're gonna test me on rap.
he's not even black.
He's Irish.
It's still rap.
Okay. Okay. Wait, House
Brother,
of Pain is
I'll never doubt you again.
Goddamn right, dude.
House of Pain is a.
Wait,
good,
is House of Pain isn't even two? It's two not black guys.
It's two Irish guys.
Jump
And one of
around.
them grow up to be like,
Jump.
and then you really might know what it's like. He also had a
Hmm.
brief beef with Eminem.
That-
Interesting. I'm
That's
sure that
so
went
funny.
well.
Yeah.
Eminem's like, you cornball, horn tall. I do it till I'm torn off. I'm torn off.
He never misses an opportunity to do the Eminem impersonation.
Hot coffee pot.
He
Probably
does it-
not.
That was actually pretty good.
I literally don't think there's ever been a time where Eminem gets brought up where he doesn't do that.
Because
And
he's
it's on
so
brand
corny,
every time.
dude.
I was alone in my house yesterday working on
Best friend.
I was working on this bit to myself like a psycho, pacing in my kitchen.
I don't think that's psycho.
I mean, it is and it isn't, but if you're a comic, you don't think it's psycho. But like if my wife were to walk in, thank God she's in Florida, but I'm just pacing in my kitchen. But it's basically how like I might have a drinking problem, but no one in my life tells me because I'm fun to be drunk around.
Yes.
And
That's funny.
and like every time I'm like if I see a stranger when I'm drunk, I'm like, there's a new friend.
Yeah.
And it's embarrassing the amount of times I've been drunk at a bar, seen a black dude and been like, well, he needs to hear me rap.
You know who's gonna enjoy me freestyling?
And while I was like I
That's
wanted
funny.
to put like a little rap, like a drunken rap after that punch. And I was legitimately trying to recall things I've said when I've actually done that. I've legitimately cornered black dudes in bars and be like, you need to hear these fucking bars. And they're just like, God damn
I
it.
sip the fucking strongest lean, and you don't even know. White guys always want to sip.
My
lean
name
in
is
their
Silly Dean.
freestyles.
Dude, there
Like,
was
yo, Nike, the shoes is Nike. Be honest, do you like me? Anyways, your life matters, man.
That's great.
That's good, dude.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's great. Be honest, do you like me?
we used there was a one day the only place in Iowa that's like fun to party at when you're like in your 20s is Rookie's Sports Bar and Grill, and one day there was
a lot.
this one day, shout out to Rookies, baby, sponsor me, motherfuckers. One day me and my friend Jameson, we were leaving the bars and it's like 2 a.m. and there, have I told you this story? And
No, I was
there's-
just laughing at like a sports bar that's in a completely different state sponsoring this.
Yeah. Yo, sponsor me, dog.
And we're leaving the bar, and some guy who's like a rapper, he's like from Minneapolis, who like was on the road and did a spot at the actual like big venue that's in our area. He went to the bar, and then he was hanging out afterwards shooting a music video. And then I walked up with my buddy and did the white guy freestyle, and they filmed it and put it on their Snapchat. And this dude was like, look at this stupid motherfucker, was on the thing. He told me to follow his Snapchat because he was one of those people that you follow the thing, you don't add him, you just scan the thing and you get to watch him. And it was me drunk at like 2 a.m. outside of a bar being like, hot topic. Like I was hammered. And the caption he put was just, look at this stupid motherfucker. And dude, it was on his story for like however many people were there. And it was just like, it haunts. My buddy has a recording of it, so I should have him send it to me.
Oh, that's great.
Just, and then it's so funny too, because he just was like, follow me. And then I did. And then he just blatantly.
you
was
can
like,
get-
White guys freestyling is my least favorite thing in the world, I think.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Least favorite.
Dude, there are multiple times.
But if I'm hammered, dude,
Yeah.
I'm down to Cypher.
oh, dude,
Some
100%.
Some of the comics that I started with would do that when we would go on drives. So I would just be in a car with 3 white guys freestyling for like an hour drive to Miami, and it was just like the worst. One of them used to be a battle rapper, so which is also yeah, you know Ryan Scott.
I
he's the
love you,
man.
Ryan.
But it was also just like it's literally one of my nightmares.
I was
Really?
thinking Danny Fallon as a battle rapper, which is so
Danny
funny.
Fallon was one of the ones freestyling, but
Danny
yeah.
Fallon as a battle rapper would do the same thing as a comic, which is get really introspective and lose the crowd.
Your subconscious doesn't even understand your conscious.
No, Danny's actually
Oh, God.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
He's legitimately one of the funniest people I know.
Okay, well that's disrespectful to us, but that's fine.
Yeah, man, you got.
I said one of.
Okay,
I didn't say he's top.
You just met
2.
me. So.
I'm joking.
You could also be one of.
Okay, all right.
That's the beauty of
Dude,
one
Jeff,
of.
dude, we actually wanted to talk about how fucked up this is, dude. We
This
brought
is-
you here for this.
Pretty fucked up.
You're off the pod.
And I hate to be sitting next to you and tell you this, but I think I'm replacing you.
We
Oh,
doubled the
no.
hair.
2 different kinds of racist haircuts.
Yeah.
You just
We went from one racist haircut to another, dude.
Which brand do you want?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
together.
You get called
What if we
racist?
like Power Rangered it? Like fucking.
With our powers combined, we're a real problem.
With our problems combined, we will be governor someday. Do you get called racist because of the mullet ever? Has anybody ever made that assumption?
Yeah, definitely. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's just such like a negative stereotype to like the '90s mullet.
I
Like
gotta
every
introduce
guy.
you to my boy Miles, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's a savior. Yeah.
For what,
Just so that you can say you have a black friend.
brother? I've got
he's
plenty
like-
of them.
yeah,
I have
he's
plenty
my
of them.
Miles and me are like best friends. He's like my best friend. He's just black and whatever. It's not a big deal, but
We,
he is my best friend.
I grew up with. Dude. No, I don't want to. I played fullback, running back, and so like it was like
dude, you're built like a fullback, dude. Let's go.
me and like I don't know, probably 8 other black guys at Georgetown. Just it was like the first time I like moved into a town, and then there was like we would split off into our groups, and it would just be like a white macadamia nut in a bowl full of chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, you were the
You're-
macadamia nut.
Yeah.
I love
You're the
that.
flavor difference.
Yeah, dude, you'd hit the holes hard, make a
Yeah.
fucking clear lane for the running back to come through.
You were like a scrappy player.
If you needed a couple of yards, I'm your guy.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
make intelligent decisions up front.
Yeah.
I'll just smack the shit out of somebody. That was
That's
that was a
what.
blast.
That's why white people love the fullback. It's just because they're like, it's just the one spot.
Earl
where
Campbell's
you
our
don't need to be
hero.
super fast. You just need to be big, and white people can get big.
And you need to be
Yeah.
willing to be like, I'll take a hit. I don't care.
Yeah. And so
I
white people
will
see them,
not-
and they're like, oh yeah,
I will not
Michael
half-ass a
Allstott,
run
let's go.
Yeah.
because I think I'm going to get injured. A fullback has never gone out of bounds.
No,
Ever.
a fullback is never. They've only just gotten. They're either in the end zone or they are in the middle of the pile.
Yeah, they're always in play.
Yeah, they're.
That's
all,
what we
dude,
like.
dude. And that's what we like. We love it. We love
Love a good tailback. Love a good fullback.
Yeah, we love a. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's just. It is what it is. Shout out Michael Allstott again. He's our hero.
Earl Campbell, I think, was the best fullback. of
Was
all
he
time.
the guy that was the on the
played for
Browns?
UT and then he played for the Oilers?
Okay, I'm picturing. I don't get. I was picturing the guy that was on the Madden cover in like 2008, 2012.
2008 was Vince Young.
That's Vince Young.
God, you're autistic.
He was another
bro.
UT.
That's crazy.
You're so autistic.
Who
right.
am I thinking? Oh, we at
You can also Google
2012.
that. I'm right about that.
2012.
Madden 08 is Vince Young.
2012. There was a guy who was just like the anomaly guy that came on for the white guy.
2012 was actually called Madden 20 because it was the 20th anniversary of
Okay.
Madden.
And
Wow.
I believe it was John Madden. I
Okay.
believe
Oh,
it
you-
was
y'all
John
now, what
Play
about
this game.
06? This is one of the only ones that I know.
Madden.
I think I know.
Was it McNabb?
Yeah, it was McNabb. God damn it, dude.
Dang, dude.
God
You're
damn
the
it,
fucking-
dude.
Dude.
Look how excited he gets. Look
You know
at
what I
him.
mean?
You know what I mean?
dude.
Black
you know
culture.
What I mean?
Black culture and Madden.
It really is. They go.
I'm
hand in
terrible
hand.
at Madden,
Yeah.
but it's just
No,
gonna
it's
look up-
knowledge.
I was a very
Yeah.
unattractive 14-year-old when the Xbox 360 came out, or 13-year-old, and boy was I heavily into video games in those days. You know what I mean?
You play video games? You ever play old school RuneScape?
I just like straight up just got into video games, and it's just because I got a sim racer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
even
dude.
really
When
video
you
games, though.
That's a
fully
fucking
set that
video
up,
game.
I need to. I
Brother,
need
it's
to
set
try
up.
that.
We can go.
we got to do it.
We can go meow.
We'll do it.
Well, maybe not this afternoon. Sometime this week soon,
Yes,
boys.
Yeah.
Yes,
dude,
yes,
ripping
yes.
a 911 on Coda, the track that's like right here.
What?
I prefer to rip 911s on New York.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't even think about that. That's fucking. Let's
I
go.
don't even. You know what?
Let's just end it, dude.
Thanks, everybody.
It's very funny to say "Rest in peace, 9/11." Rip 9/11.
Rip 9/11.
Hey, shout out
9/11.
9/11 one
Yeah,
time.
shout out.
For real.
Hey, big fan of the pod. 9/11
Well,
is a
very
huge fan of
very
the pod.
funny tidbit. Also goes back to my knowledge of black culture. Do you know what else happened on 9/11? Jay-Z dropped the blueprint.
Yeah, he did. I knew that.
What?
And then,
Jay-Z's
yeah.
probably biggest album ever came out on September 11th, 2001,
I
which
haven't-
is very funny to picture like
First day
New
sales
York
probably
hip-hop DJs, like Hot 97 DJs that morning being like, new Jay album, this finna be a historic day for New York. And then a couple hours later, they're like, ooh.
Oh, fuck.
Technically
we
not
call
wrong.
that one.
Technically not wrong.
Yeah, they were like, well, hey,
Damn.
got it. Nailed it.
Well, I tell you what, I think that we're probably at an hour now.
We're
so.
well over.
Yeah.
So
This was
thanks,
great.
dude. Yeah,
Brother,
thanks,
thank you
Dean.
guys for
Thanks
having me, man.
where can we
Fucking
find you?
Dean
Is there
Stanfield,
anything that you
everybody.
need to? Anything you have to plug? Where can we find you? Social media wise, all that fun stuff. Let's plug it all
Let's
right now.
fucking
baby.
You will
do
get
it, dude.
nothing out of
You'll
this.
get
but-
no. We get like 10 people who
You get like
follow
40.
people.
You'll get Jeff Dolezal right now.
There it is. Look at that, dude.
What is it?
Dean A. Stanfield on Instagram. That's where you can find
Dean-
everything.
Dean A. Stanfield. Whoa.
Hey, and I'm kicking off a Twitch account coming
dude,
up
what
next
if
week.
What if I'm the one that gets you 50?
God, I've been waiting for it.
Oh.
Go get Dean 50,000 followers already.
Hey,
God
please,
damn it.
man. I saw it almost happen a couple times last
It was
night.
it's at 49.9, and I was like, that'd be so cool.
It'd be
on the
so dope,
podcast.
dude. We'd be best friends immediately. Well, I mean, we're on our way.
We're on our
We
way,
had those
dude.
beef
Extra
Wellingtons.
episode.
Beef
Episode-
Wellingtons.
Every week we have an extra episode over at Triple F, or patreon.com/Triple F Pod. Go over there, dude. Give us the mother fucking
Money.
Run your pockets.
what? All right, thank
All
you
right,
guys so
thanks,
much
bye.
for listening. Bye,
Yeehaw.
good girls.